One thing I have to do real quick. I didn't actually check this out until just now. And, well, depending on how it is, Throwback Thursday, either A, I need to do this. I really need to put the two other videos out. So hopefully this is accompanied with two other videos that actually talk about Ninja Turtles. But anyways, 10 years ago, this exact year, we actually got a brand new TMNT movie. It's kind of funny listening to all the rumors. The fact of this TMNT movie should have actually have been Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4. Yeah, you remember the live action ones? Yeah, they were actually now planning all of a sudden the brand new sequel to it. And I was like, whoa, really? Oh man, that's awesome. Bringing back the original cast and everything, even though when it comes to April O'Neil, we have no idea if they could actually do it. With that said, we didn't get that. I don't know what happened, but eventually it went from going for live action all the way to let's do computer generated images, aka CGI. Me, I'm not that really sad about it. I mean, this is a good, interesting movie, and of course, here's a synopsis. Through Leonardo, Donatello, Raphael, and Leonardo have grown apart since their last adventure, they must join forces again to battle an army of monsters. Now, it's kind of interesting thinking about it. It's like, so I bet if it was going to be live action, the monsters would have to have been CGI. It's like lots of things would have changed. And most likely, how the newest Ninja Turtles got screwed over, this one might have got screwed over too. But technically, this one actually, yeah. But this freaking movie right here, this movie is not bad at all. I actually like it. I personally like it. I mean, I don't really like it. Like, for instance, if they didn't put it together in a 4-pack with, oh, here's the original 3 and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies, and we throw in this one as well. It's like, if they didn't do that, if they didn't do that, I would most likely not even own this movie. Even though I kind of like to have the the scene where Raphael goes against Leonardo and they fight, and it's like, oh man, it's really, really awesome. And Raphael actually decides to become a vigilante. Donatello actually has a tech support job. Michelangelo is now a mascot or a hired mascot. And as for Leonardo actually is somewhere in the Amazon. Yeah, he's on a journey now because he needs to be on a journey. So, anyways, this movie is not bad at all. I'm not gonna diss it. I'm not gonna be like, oh man, I wanted to have the live action. Oh man, it's so mean. Like, not really. Not really. I wouldn't be like that. I actually did like this movie. This movie was pretty awesome. This movie did have something very interesting that the other movies didn't do, which is basically have a bunch of monsters slash statues and all that such. Not to mention, it is the first time ever where you had all of the turtles separated from each other, where they're not actually fighting as a team anymore, that they're off doing their own thing. 10 years since this movie actually happened. Let's talk about like the rest of it after this. As you can see, TMNT did not even get a sequel, which does make sense because, well, 5 years has passed, right? 5 years has passed? I think so. 5 years has passed, or 6 years has passed. We get the brand new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, sponsored by Nickelodeon. Side note, I didn't know that most likely, that video needs to show up too. So that means 4 videos in all will be on this day. Most likely you already know. Anyways, it turns out Nickelodeon actually bought TMNT in 2009. So since they bought it in 2009, that means TMNT, the sequel, would most likely not even happen because, well, it was bought in 2009. For all we know, Nickelodeon is not going to be like, oh, well, you guys still have something continuing. We need to continue it. It's like, no, Nickelodeon is going to go their own way. Kind of like Savant. So after 5 years, they actually got a brand new series for TMNT. Of course, also in 2011, we had Turtles Forever happen, and of course, 2 live-action movies. But this movie right here is not that bad. This movie actually is truly interesting, and it was something very, very good. And personally, it's like, if it was live action, it most likely would have cost a lot of money. A lot of money. Oh, and side note, because I'm watching this movie a little bit, it wasn't the Amazon. He was actually in Latin America. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. So yeah, this movie, if it did get the sequel, I of course would have still watched it. But not getting a sequel, it doesn't. I mean, it's not really a diss because they didn't really show anything. Yeah, they didn't have any hints to be like, oh, well, it needs to have a sequel. Kind of like the original movie for TMNT, or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They didn't actually warrant to have a sequel, but they found a way to make a sequel. And chances are that's what would have happened here, is that they would have found a way to make a sequel and he would have continued on with it. But of course, I guess since they did sell it to Nickelodeon, this movie did not do as much as they wanted it to. So that's just one thing you need to know. But to watch this movie, not to watch, it's like, yeah, let's make a quick review of this. It's like, to watch this movie, not to watch this movie. This movie actually is a good one to have. I mean, yeah, given there's many times where I actually say, man, Splinter's voice. Through the years, it's like Splinter's voice. The newest movies we had, Splinter's voice suck. In this movie, Splinter's voice still suck because it's kind of like it doesn't really actually fit the character, but luckily it's not a hindrance, unlike in the live action movies. In the live action movies, however, it was a total hindrance. But this one, it wasn't that bad. But still, I would say it's definitely a good watch, especially if you have pizza around. Thank you for watching, folks. And yeah, 10 years since this movie came out. It's not really that bad to have. It's a good one to keep. It's a good one to keep. It's a good one to actually watch at least once. But it doesn't really add any value, sadly. This is like a one-off. Unlike the TMNT TV show that most likely I have to talk about next year. But yeah, that series actually wasn't a one-off. That one actually jumped and did added itself into the original series, original movies, because it was like between, it's not even between 2 and 3. It was more like it was after the third movie, and sadly, people were jerkbags and that got canceled before even had any more crap. But anyways, yeah, thank you for watching, folks. Have a good Thursday.